So I've proceeded to, as we know, a goal without a plan is a dream. So I've got these plans. So I said, God help me. What does goal setting do? It gives you 7 key advantages. Number 1, direction. Number 2, focus, decision making, control. It gives you motivation. It gives you satisfaction. And important of all, it gives you purpose. The purpose which God has given you or packaged in you, that purpose is made to manifest when you set your goals and when you put your plan in action. Now, I distributed a template through my brother Tendai, and I said, please distribute it to anyone who wants it. Again, as a template which you can work on, which you can perfect yourself. Not necessarily because this is the best example, like I always say. There are always better examples out there, but at least you can have a starting point. So what I did then is, planning is about imagining your future, creating your reality. And let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, no one else can plan for you. That is one thing which I've learned. You have to be able to sit back yourself and your family and plan for yourself. Plan for your family, plan for your work, plan for the things that are around you, plan for your ministry. And so we know that the word of God tells us clearly, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. But everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Which means if you run into 2022 without a plan, time will just disappear and you will be wondering where time is going. But when you have got a plan and you commit to the Lord will bless your plan, and indeed you will see tremendous results coming out of your plan. So what are some of the things that we have been looking at? When you are looking at your plan, my brothers and sisters, you need to be very clear. So I'm using a perspective here, which we call Life 360. It's a framework which I came up with just to, I really said, God, I want something simple for myself. I want something that I can really work on. I want something that I can say, God, help me. So I came up with this around Life 360, which talks about the spirit, soul, and body. Because I said, I want to be a complete person, a person who is not only prospering from a body perspective, and yet my soul and my spirit are languishing. So I looked at what it means to have pillars. So I came up with 4 pillars: spiritual maturity, physical and health, spouse, relationship, family and home. These are the fundamental pillars of my life, because what I noticed is that if I'm not happy with my wife, it has negative implications on my work. It has got negative implications on my ministry. In fact, I cannot be happy without Sarudzai, my wife, being happy. So she became a pillar. Family and home, my children are key. I can excel as a CEO, but if my kids are all over the show, it will not give me the joy. So I said, no, I must excel in these areas, physical and health. If I'm a sickling, and a day in and day out, I'm asking to go to the doctors and so forth, I cannot excel in my responsibilities. Spiritual maturity. If spiritually I'm poor, it means I'm also vulnerable. I can be attacked and I'll always be screaming. I will be running around. So I said, God, please strengthen these pillars, and I'll show you how I broke it down. Then I went on to what I call enablers. Now, this is mental and educational, financial and career, kingdom, ministry work, and then, of course, the talents that God has given me. Then I've also gone to what I call strengtheners. The strengtheners are now taking the things that God has given me and making sure that I rearrange them to strengthen my life. So what am I talking about? Wealth management, estate management, security management, travel and recreation. These are things that can also add value to your life. And then the last part was what I call impact, because I'm saying now my life must have impact on my extended family, my friends, my community, specific groups. Now, when I say specific groups, my business is included in that. I must have an impact on specific groupings that I have identified. If I'm a businessman, there must be an impact an impact in terms of that business group. So I've taken these 16 areas and then I put them in a template. And this is the template that I shared with all of us, so that you can actually look at each of the 16 areas that I talked about. You take that area as a goal area,